Hello! And the last time you saw me, I was talking about writing. Today, I'm going to be talking about reading. Over the past little while, I haven't been doing a whole lot of reading. I've mostly been getting one book a month in, maybe two if I've been focused on an audiobook enough. I've been reading it for the past little while, so I haven't been getting many audiobooks read or listened to. I have another one to talk about today. So in October, I started reading Ringer by Lauren Oliver. This is the second book to the replica duology. I'm pretty sure it's a duology. I didn't get very far into it before my Toronto trip, and I didn't want to bring this with me because it's a thick book, and I like to bring my Kobo with me. So I ended up reading Dumplin' while I was there, which I really, really enjoyed. But when I came back, I was so busy trying to get my life kind of back in order that I didn't read a whole lot for the rest of October other than my book club. Well, not my personal book club. I'm not hosting it. I attend an Instagrammer's book club at Bookstore Finds on Instagram. Has a book club here in the city, and our October book was Stalking Jack the Ripper, and we didn't have any copies in the store because I'm guessing everyone else already bought it. So I used my Kobo credit to listen to it, and I thought it was pretty good. I gave it a 4, more like a 3.5. It was a little predictable. The romance was a little bit too in your face and too, like, I realized this is the 1800s, but still, like, the main character was trying to be a woman ahead of her times, and I really enjoyed those moments, but the romance just kind of took those moments and said, I'm going to neutralize it. So I finished that a few days before we met, so technically I finished it in November. I also started Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I got this through work, and I was technically supposed to have it finished for when it came out on November 7th, but this has been a very slow-paced book, and I did give it my review. I did send it in because I kind of have a feeling that I will end up enjoying this, so I gave it a 3, but because it's so slow-paced, I don't think I'm gonna want to make it more of a 3, but I do want to get this finished at some point, so I'm gonna try and finish this in November. But Ringer is more catching my attention, and I enjoy these characters a lot more, so I'm putting my focus on this one for now, and because I started this one before I started this one. While I'm reading both those fictions, I'm also reading a nonfiction. I picked up the HarperCollins Olive edition of Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay. It's this gorgeous edition that they put out. They have a bunch of other books. There's some fiction, some more nonfiction. I have a Catherine Moran, and they just look so aesthetically pleasing when they're put side by side. Like, I love when publishers put out books this way, and I'm really enjoying this too, like a lot more than I thought I would. It really became apparent to me that I should be reading more books like this now that I'm finished school, because my degree is kind of making me think about stuff in different ways. And this quickly, right from the introduction, I decided that this was going to be a book that I was going to be underlining and dog-earing, because when I underline books, I prefer to dog-ear the pages that I've underlined instead of putting, like, sticky things, because then I gotta, like, and it's just hanging out the book, and they get crinkled up, and I don't like it. I'd rather just dog-ear the pages. I know some people think dog-earing books is blasphemy, but not to me. Books are meant to be loved, not put on a shelf to be stared at. The very first quote that I underlined said, I believe feminism is grounded in supporting the choices of women, even if we don't make certain choices for ourselves. And that's always been what feminism has kind of been to me, like just supporting of other women, no matter what. And what I really love about this book is because it's a book of essays, it's very short, so like every day I've been finding just reading one, especially with NaNoWriMo, where I don't get a whole lot of time to read, although I've kind of slacked off on the writing a little bit lately. But I'll usually read one of these essays, especially when I'm not feeling inspired to read, usually by the end of it, I'm like, I'm going to go write everything. But after I've read one for that day, that's usually when I'll turn to Ringer. But another book that I need to get read this month is the November book for my book club. And we chose the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw my post. Our theme for this month was time travel. I went to work yesterday and decided to pick it up because I think I'm going to read a little bit at a time throughout the whole month, especially since one of the girls mentioned that you should read this slowly so you can actually understand what they're talking about. But I really like this edition that I picked up. It's silver and really pretty and not the cheapest one, but it was the one that we had, so I went with it. But I noticed that there's like a whole set of all the books that are there, so if I like this, I may pick up the others. I'm getting this focus thing down. So yeah, I guess that's a little of a November TBR. I haven't done a TBR video in forever just because I've been kind of in a reading slump of pushing through it and trying to get books read because it's part of my job, I guess, to read. So yeah, I guess if I'm going to do a typical thumbnail for TBR videos, I guess I'll order the books. Okay, so I'm back. So these are all the books that I'm planning on reading in November. Four seems to be my good number when I'm reading usually. So since I've been reading so poorly, I'm going to try and focus on these 4 books this month. I do have some audiobooks that I have It going on. I've started Walk the Earth a Stranger by Ray Carson on Kobo. Kobo has audiobooks now. I recently purchased What Happened by Hillary Clinton, so I may check that one out as well. But I'm not really sure. Like I said, my focus for this month is NaNoWriMo and getting ready for Christmas at work, so there's a lot of stress with that. But yeah, that's it. Let me know down in the comments below. Have you read any of these books? What did you think of Hitchhiker's Guide if you read it? Because I'm very curious about this book and intrigued. I've never even seen the movie, so I'm probably going to watch that after I finish reading it. And hit that thumbs up if you like this video to let me know that you want to see more of these. And please subscribe if you enjoyed it and want to be notified when and all that other good stuff, you know, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, okay, I'll see you next time. I don't know when that'll be because I've just been making these videos on whim. I'll make up for it in December. Okay, bye.